For NXL Las Vegas Major, we are in the second set. MLKings taking on the rookie pro team PaintballFIT, who are just absolutely dominant in semi-pro, earning the right to be a pro team here in 2024. And then also in this set, huge story, Chicago Aftershock has reformed with a bunch of familiar faces, a core of the Ironman who won this event on this field in 2020. They're gonna be taking on the, talk about up and coming, man, Aftermath looked real good at World Cup. Jumping into this first one here with the MLKings and PaintballFIT. PaintballFIT starting, doubling up that Hertz can, they're on the blue side.
MLKings, first team to take the snake here on the bottom side. Have we named the difference between the two snakes yet, like snake and zipper?
Well,
or?
you could, so where MLKings are,
Yep.
notice how that one's all red,
Yep.
and the other one's all blue, so it's
The
like red snake, blue snake. And then, or MLKings is snake.
Yeah.
And then with the Dorito side, it's a little confusing, but it's fun. Everyone seems to like.
Hey, that's what we're here for. That's what MLKings dropping their first body out of back center. I was a little concerned that MLKings didn't start Harris Hussein. It's kind of weird having your best player on the bench for that first point. Kind of an interesting read. 5-on-4 advantage here for PaintballFIT as they get into the MLKings other side of the snake, zipper.
Well, PaintballFIT absolutely dominant in semi-pro. They won every single event last year. Now they have mostly
every single match last year, right?
Except a lot of these guys were, they played as AC Dallas and got relegated, went down and dominated semi-pro, and now they're back as another body coming off, 2 more bodies. It is not looking good here in this first point. But
5-on-2 advantage for FIT.
But the secret to the success for FIT, their survivability is great. They shoot bodies on the break.
They're amazing on the break.
Yeah, they shoot bodies on the break. They stay alive in their spots, and they have a couple big threats, big punches. Chavez is awesome, and he's playing on the their D side. And we're seeing this a lot from the blue side of the field here, Rich, is the first attacker getting quickly into this wedge and not messing around with the Doritos.
Yeah, those Doritos suck. Yeah, real good game here for FIT. And FIT's one of those teams that play paintball all the time. So they're super sharp. They don't come out rusty, sloppy during the first event of the season. Yeah, FIT feeling back to the snake corner.
Yeah, they're not worried if their snapshots dialed.
Yeah.
Their snapshots are all dialed.
They are locked in. And they've essentially won this point. It's a 5-on-2 with PaintballFIT in the advantage, and the only 2 MLKing players are both on the snake side of the field. So they're kind of isolated over there, and PaintballFIT's going to end up turning the corner.
Rich, I'm just wondering here do they know the count? Do they know it's a 5-on-2?
Yeah, I think they're...
Or a 5-on-nothing.
5-on-nothing. I think they might have been a body off, but I think they kind of have that slower, more methodical style that they're going to find every single body before they just run down the field. Chavez doing a good job of getting to that key bunker here on the bottom blue side of the field.
Well, it's pretty nice if you come back into the pro league and obviously going to have probably some nerves, and then you win your first point and convincingly win your first point. And they did it with the way they we're winning a lot of games in tournaments is they shoot body early, they stay alive, they get into crucial spots. FIT's a team that doesn't fumble the ball.
Yeah,
they
don't make a lot of
mistakes.
Yeah. In that New York Extreme match this morning, we had a lot of individual errors, a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, I don't want to say you guys looked flat, but you looked a little flat.
A little flat, and just like I said, just guys going out there and just kind of, underperforming, assuming that everybody else is going to pick up the slack and pull it off for them. And the tough thing is for New York is it doesn't get any easier.
Yeah.
Every team they play after that's going to be harder.
Yeah, New York Extreme got the first game to the Bears. Bears looked pretty good. It was an overtime match, but looking at point number 1 here, so one of the best stories out here, more compelling stories this year, Chicago Aftershock. How are they going to do? Aftermath is also a compelling story because if you're a divisional paintball player out here and you're not a fan of what Aftermath is doing at ASG,
you're a terrible human being.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a great story too. They got some hungry young guys who came up, mostly divisional players, and they earned their keep at Cup though, man. They really looked good at Cup.
Yeah, another team that plays together almost every weekend. A-Rod now releasing up the center for Aftershock. Big pickup for Aftershock. Oh, and A-Rod gets eliminated, but I believe the player that went through was hit, so Aftermath's to draw that penalty.
Yeah, and then Aftermath had lost one before, so that's going to be it, actually. All 5 bodies have now come off the field for Aftermath. It was a major penalty, a red flag, and that means the guy that got shot and 2 of his friends. Parrish dips into, well, there's no one left to shoot, but all those bodies came off so fast that Aftershock just didn't have the chance to count them.
Take him a second to figure it out.
So Parrish is playing it smart. He's just making sure that everyone's dead, doesn't step on a landmine. He's got Corey Hall behind him. I do like the hats off to Todd Adamson. Last year, Todd said to me, he's like, hey, I want to get a pro team. It took him a while to figure out how he was going to get in and make it work. Took over Level, had everybody try out. Weber, Corwin Weber picked him up from Columbus Level. I think that's a huge pickup. But then just assembled a pretty all-star roster. bringing back the Chicago Aftershock name. And if you just got into paintball, Chicago Aftershock is one of the longest running pro teams ever.
They've been around. They've been around.
So, and they are got a bit of a gift with that major penalty here on Aftermath, but so yeah, it looked like a little bit of an offensive look for Aftermath early in that secondary, getting A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez up in that middle. Also going to be interesting to see how much that middle is going to play a factor on this field. Let's get a look at the replay. So there's A-Rod. So both teams actually send that body up. Here goes the launch from Aftermath. And referee ended up pulling that major. Let's get another look at it. Is that Gladstone? Couldn't see who that was for Aftermath. Yeah, see, there's the hit on his right, bottom of his right shoulder, and just ran through, and that was right in front of the ref. So that's a pretty textbook major penalty on Aftermath. Corey Hall with his signature celebration, as they're going to go up 1-0. Heading back into this MLKings PB.FIT match with FIT. Textbook paintball, man, they straight out of the textbook. Shoot a body on the break, stay alive, make a couple moves, get into some good spots, don't lose gunfights, win gunfights. You got an early lead. So now they're going to switch sides. Every time a point is won, the teams will switch sides. And if there's a no point, which does happen quite a bit, then the teams will stay on the sides that they were on.
Beautiful day out here in North Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's starting to warm up a little bit.
That's blessed to have an event somewhere close to the West Coast. We only get one every 5 years or so we have to enjoy them. Nice, similar breakout for FIT again, Matt. All 5 guys inside the pocket. That's one in each temple, 2 back center, and 1 little laydown on their snake side. MLKings have 3 across the back and 1 in each wing, so they're also in the pocket.
Well, MLKings, when you play FIT, try to survive the break. I was just going to say, the first mission accomplished, survive the break, but no, they quickly lose the gunfight.
Harris Hussein's getting a check in the back center. He's taking a couple bounces back there already. There's a bounce shot coming back to the back center that everyone's trying to identify where it's coming from, but the guys playing back there are incentivized to get out of that bunker as quickly as they can because there's random paint bouncing in there all the time.
Yeah, a lot of teams have decided to double up that Hertz back spot to get that extra gun up off the break.
Well, and you get additional discounts if you do double that bunker up. So it's usually 15% off Hertz.
What is it?
But it's 30% if you're doubling it up.
Is it time? Like if you spend 30 seconds there, 30%.
100%. And you can upgrade to a luxury vehicle.
Yeah, shout out to Hertz, but not actually true. Don't quote us on that.
Well, you can quote Matt. Just don't quote me,
just
please.
Playing.
But it is nice to have like a real live professional sponsor on the field, like, you know, real big company.
Yeah, no.
Harris Hussein releasing through the center, gets up there like a little jungle cat, gets right to that center 50. He's going to look to lock down PaintballFIT and keep PaintballFIT out of getting into their zipper or the red snake.
MLKings from their Dorito side, getting into their snake 1.
Apparently there's a hole in that snake beam because there's paint just pumping through that on the ground.
FIT losing a body though.
4 on forward. Similar field positions.
Yeah, it's pretty mirrored up right now. Both teams have that body at the wedge. Harris Hussein going to be taking the walk.
Yeah.
And not taking a body with them, so that's going to put MLKings at a deficit, down by 1 body.
Well, what you were talking about earlier about kind of seeing how strong the center of the field is it's a really strong center of the field. Unfortunately, both tapes that are on outside of that are also very, very strong. So it's really easy to get isolated in the center of the field, look one way, the guy slips in behind you.
Well, I mean, these snakes run almost the entire length of the field. So if you're up in the middle and just one of the snakes gets blown open, that's curtains for you.
You're getting shot in the back of the head.
You're going to get shot. So the middle's more of an early positional situation while you still control real estate or are trying to get real estate. But if you lose a snake, you need to figure a way to either tactically retreat or make a forward move because you're probably going to die in the middle. You can also finish from the middle as the attention goes out wide.
The finish is through the middle. And the key to being good, if you want to play the middle here, is being proactive. You can't just go up there, sit and wait on a cut and hope you get a guy. You've got to go up there and kind of challenge and get a couple guys to get into gunfight. FIT losing another player from the top side.
And MLKings losing another player from the top side as well, too.
I believe it's a 2-on-2, Matty. Maybe a 3-on-2 for FIT, but at least 2-on-2. I see 2 King players. I see 2 FIT players. Might be missing a body somewhere, but could be a 22, 2 players on each team. FIT is got 1 in back center and 1 on the top side, the red snake. MLKings are both over here on the blue bottom snake. 1 in the Dorito, 1 in snake 1. Oh, Fit's now gotten past him on that side, Matty.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, and Fit's got another body hiding.
Yeah, so it's a one-body advantage right now for Fit, and they have completely blown open their the red side, the top snake side, so their snake side.
We could call that the VIP snake.
Sure.
Just because it's on the VIP side of the field.
It is on the VIP side. And if you have not checked out the VIP side, VIP section, you should if you were here at this event. Did they get that body? No, he's still alive.
No, he's still there.
This is that cross. It's interesting how this field plays. It plays straight up traditional, heads up, but then it goes sideways as those attacks start pushing down the snake side. Chavez going to finish this one off, and it's so consistent.
That was smart. Yeah, Chavez is smart.
And people are going to start to know that's a guy that they need to protect, because if he keeps doing the things I've seen him do.
And Matt, when you say protect, what do you mean by that?
Don't let one of the top teams come in and offer him some guns or some cash.
Yeah, so what you're saying is placate him with money so he doesn't leave you to a better team.
Yeah, protect him.
Yes, that makes complete sense. Teams need to do more of that as they start identifying these key players.
Well, and also when you're playing Fit, you got to figure out, okay, what side is Chavez going?
Stop Chavez.
Make sure that you contain him, because he's very aggressive.
So
he's hard to shoot.
It's a two-part plan. Containing Chavez and offering Chavez more money than he's getting right now. I got you. I'm following you, Matty.
For sure.
We're coming in hot to 2023.
Everything together, right fucking now, boys.
2024.
2024. Oh, man, these years go so fast.
I know. They all just start moving together.
Happy New Year.
Shock up by 1 right now. Again, did get the gift of that penalty on Aftermath. Ooh, Aftermath losing 3 bodies on the break.
Yeah, shooting 1, losing 3.
Yeah.
So, and here goes the Aftermath, another penalty. All 5 Aftermath players are already dead, Matty.
That is an abysmal point here for Aftermath.
Really hard to see how well Aftershock is playing right now, because Aftermath is not giving them much of a fight.
Well, it does look like their off-the-break shots are absolutely dialed, because it looks like they shot 3 bodies on the break.
Shot 3, 1 penalty. Well, 4.
Yeah, 4.
Penalty, right?
Yeah, good point.
One guy just decided not to leave. Yeah, Shock's points on the break are dialed in, and if they can keep shooting like that, it's going to be real easy for them to get to Sunday.
That's one of those. You go back. All right. So who shot those bodies? We all did.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah, and with the roster that Todd Martinez has, interested to see who's going to be getting reps. Is he going to go more starting 5? Because the guys on the bench, you know, I mean, Nick Slovak's really good. Al Fernandez has helped the Ironman throughout the years. They picked up Trent Nita. So that team is pretty deep. I think they're rolling with 10. Weber. I don't see how much Corin Weber's going to play. They got Silos Cortez. So now
lots of talented players.
2-point lead here for PB-FIT and a 2-point lead for Shock in this set.
This is kind of, obviously I love World Cup, but this is honestly my kind of favorite tournament of the year. Just to see like all the new teams, all the new players on the new teams. Like you see a guy in a certain jersey, you get used to seeing him in that jersey. You see him in another jersey, you're like, oh, wait a minute, that's shocking.
Yeah, there's 200 pro players, around 200 pro players, 20 pro teams, and then hundreds of divisional teams. See how the semi-pro and WNXL are going to look this year. But I agree with you, Rich. Obviously, World Cup is a special event because of its magnitude and how important that last event is, World Championship. But the first event of the year, with all of the chaos that always happens in the off-season and all these different stories, we start to see it play out.
Some of the East Coast teams are a little rusty because they've been in the snow belt. Some of the other teams have, basically put a whole new group of guys together. So it's like there's a lot of things going on. It's very, very interesting watching this first event. And it kind of gives you a preview of like what the rest of the season might look like, right?
Yeah, for sure. So right now, MLKings see if they can get something done against PB-FIT. PB-FIT starting from the blue side, right-hand side of your screen.
PB-FIT, same breakout, get 1 kill.
Yeah, man, they're just so lethal off the break here, keeping 5 bodies alive. So it's a 5-on-4 situation in favor of PB-FIT. See if they can get another. They do, so another quick kill. MLKings having some survivability issues. Is Peterson going to move up, try to make something happen here on your screen, and that insert Dorito on their snake side, the red snake.
What I love too, Matty, is FIT is winning these games from the pocket. They're shooting 4 guys before, or 3 guys before they even leave the pocket. They're in a 4-on-2 now. They lost Lockout out of the back center there. But huge advantage here for FIT. 4-on-2. MLKings with 1 player in the snake here. He takes a bouncer on the hopper. The other player moving across to the little lay-down wing. FIT was still with 3 bodies in the pocket, now with 1 player, I believe Chavez, in the bottom snake here.
And Chavez carries a lot of paint for his position. Strapped up.
Yeah.
And that's going to do it. Concession here from the Kings. So the Kings getting off to a very slow start. But, you know, looking at their roster, they have had these guys have been on the team for a while.
Yeah,
now.
they've been there long enough where they got to kind of be doing this or this, right? Like either you got to get rid of them or they got to get focused up and start playing.
But they have some weapons.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, Josh, Donaldson, Navarro's been good. Peterson's solid.
Yeah,
Elias Rodriguez is good. Kyle
Peterson.
Berry is the leader. I mean, that team is, they have talent. I know
For
they
sure.
work hard.
Yeah.
They're just not looking
They've
good
got
here
all the tools
at the start of this game.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like there's like the change. The team has gone through like multiple evolutions over the last couple seasons where they kind of pick up some guys, start looking good, lose a couple guys, pick up a couple guys, and, you know, just kind of riding that roller coaster. So it'll be interesting to see if they're on their way up or they're on their way down this season.
You know, Chicago Aftershock up by 2 here, and see if Aftermath can wake up. 13-12 to go. So these points have gone quick. A lot of time.
Here it is, Matt. Here's the breakout we're going to see all weekend. Both temples, 2 back center, and the 1 lay down nipple on the strong side.
Yeah, conservative breakout for both squads as everyone gets bodies out alive. It's a 5-on-5 situation here as both teams start with 5 in this format of paintball. If you want to play 10-man, there's a huge 10-man field here as well.
And 7-man.
Yeah. Yeah, this event's sold out.
Yeah, whatever kind of paintball you want, we got. Come on out.
Yeah, 3-man, 5-man, X-ball, 10-man.
Shocked
Need to throw
first
some
to get the
one-on-ones
snake here on this bottom side, Matt.
Yeah, I like the moves that Shock's making. They definitely know this field.
Yeah.
They have put the work in. I mean, there's no puzzlement in their position when they get to these spots in their body language. They know all these angles.
Aftermath losing their first player up the center of the field. LJ Parrish from the snake calling that kill out. 4-on-5 advantage here for Shock. Shock with 4 in the pocket, 1 in the bottom snake. Aftermath with 3 in the pocket and 1 here on the bottom snake as well.
Yeah, it does look like if you're playing Shock, you're gonna see a steady dose of Corey Hall and LJ Parrish.
That's a really good combination.
Side.
Yeah, they work really well together.
Yeah, you worked with Corey Hall last year. Helped you guys on New York Extreme. Now a counter move here. ASG Aftermath going to be getting to that wedge top side of your screen.
Yeah, had LJ been looking inside, he would have caught that move, but he'd switched to look outside to see if he could go forward. That opened that gap up.
So here on your screen, this is the Dorito side cam, what would normally be the Dorito side, but we have snakes on both sides, so we actually have a camera. But just remember that when we switch to this this angle, we are switching the perspective. So just keep that in mind throughout the weekend. We'll keep reminding you guys. Another
when
body.
He says you guys, he's talking to me, actually.
Another body coming off as Aftermath is just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Aftermath looked so good at World Cup. They were outstanding in the prelims. They made it to Sunday, and for such a young team, it was a pretty heroic performance. But these first 3 points, Rich, they do not look that dialed right now.
Yeah, and it's hard to say. Are they not that dialed? Oh, LJ, sloppy death there. Are they not that dialed, or is Shock just that good? I mean, at one point, they shot 3 guys on the break. It's hard to be dialed when you lose 3 bodies in your break. So LJ taking the walk, Corey immediately following up that position. I like that fill.
Yeah, a little bit of an overextension from LJ Parrish.
A little sloppy, yeah, a little sloppy.
Yeah, he didn't need to make that move. I like the creativity. We actually have another sponsor that's going to be giving some custom artwork, I believe, but it's a...
Yeah, I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah, Vera Art and Outdoors for the most creative move. Now, if he had pulled that off, that would be in the running for that. We also have the best move, most lethal move, courtesy of Pate Smith Law. It's a cash prize. So right now, Corey Hall just chilling, just protecting this lead. It would be in the best interest of Shock to win this point, but burn some clock off if possible. So that's why Corey Hall is he's probing, he's looking, but he's just kind of chilling in the spot, staying alive because he did lose his front player, and he's on an island right now.
Yep, and it's a 1-body advantage for Shock. They've got a player on both tapes, which gives them advantage. Aftermath with 1 in the snake corner, which is a very dominant position, and 1 in the temple on the VIP side.
Looks like Shock just threw a pod. I didn't see. So A-Rod just threw, was that Silos up there? He just chucked a pod to one of his teammates. That guy's already out of paint. He needs to carry more pods.
Yeah. You were talking about the guy Chavez, the last game, carrying a lot of pods. And as bigger guys, like we always carried a lot of pods, it's not that big a deal. But when you see one of those small frame guys with like
9 pods on
pack,
him,
you're like, wow, that guy's got some weight on his back.
Must have a strong back.
Yeah. He's not just carrying the team, he's also carrying some bodies. I think that's Silos on the top side for Shock.
Yeah, Silos
on the bottom side.
Yeah, Silos and Corey both in the snakes on both sides for Shock. Aftermath does have a body over in their snake one, or actually in Shock's snake. Oh, but so Corey, if he backed up, would have a shot cross field. I like this move from Corey. Corey Hall protected though, but he has to be careful. He has the pin and the wedge in the middle of the field to protect him, but I'm wondering if he knows where that body is. Because if he did, he could have backed up on that spot. Okay, he's got to be seeing that stream right now, and he should know where that body is.
And like you said, Corey is the island over here. Corey can't afford to die because all the Aftershock players are on the other tape.
Yeah, he's being very proactive, but yes, Rich, he is, on an island means you're the only body on that side, and with 3 bodies stacked up on the other side and just Corey over here, I mean, Corey's looking good right now.
Yeah.
But he's got to be very, just as I say that.
Unless he loses the gunfight down the tape.
Yeah, so that's two tough deaths here for Shock. They lose Parrish for no reason. He got try to get a little bit too offensive minded.
Aftermath loses their guy, though. Aftermath could have turned this point around. Unfortunately, they lose their player on the top side.
But then A-Rod comes over and he saves it, so we might have our first two-on-one. Yeah, it's 2-on-1 situation. So a little something to work on here for Shock. As oh, did he get eaten up? Okay, yeah. So
A-Rod versus Aftermath.
So our first 1-on-1. Got a red and gold coin, courtesy of Hormesis and the coin duel.
I think it's so cool that they do that.
I mean,
I love all the extra stuff that's going on now in the league.
Yeah, we're kind of getting into another golden age of paintball.
Yeah,
I hope people realize that.
We're forcing it, right? Last time it just happened naturally. This time we're going to make it happen.
Well, we're doing it ourselves this time. So 1-on-1 situation. Can't see who that is here for Aftermath, but A-Rod is a paintball legend for a reason, and it's because he's really good at these situations, and he's a bruiser. So, again, on paper, advantage would go to A-Rod just because of his experience. But, as far as amount of time on a paintball field in the past few years, I'd put up Aftermath's numbers there against anybody in the game. So
A-Rod does have a little bit of a disadvantage in that he is looking into the sun here from this side of the field.
I don't know if he has any paint left, too, because he chucked a pod to his boy, so he might be down to just,
he is one balling, so it kind of makes sense.
He doesn't have anything. Whatever's in the stopper, that's all he's got. Oh, and A-Rod makes it count here, so he was down on the ammo, down to his last few balls, and winning that snapshot battle here. So A-Rod continues to extend his legend in this game, and Chicago Aftershock going to take a 3-0 lead.
I'm surprised not conceding that point.
Well, maybe spread, because you got to play the clock, but you also got to play the spread. Because if you take a beating, if you lose 6-0, or any sort of mercy rule, because it's a 6
or any kind of 0.
Well, then you have to, what do you have to do? Well, you have to show up, and then you got to win a big one.
Yeah.
So it does put a lot of pressure on you. So sometimes you'll see coaches, from a strategy perspective with clock management, burn a little clock off, just to take that time down a little bit when it starts to get in the situation. So there's, so a couple tough deaths for Shock on their Dorito side as they were moving up into the snake. And then A-Rod saves the day and saves the point here and wins the snapshot battle. Again, low on paint. So, yeah, man, A-Rod still got it.
Still got it.
Yeah, he was the hero for them, for the LA Ironman 4 years ago. Last time we were in Vegas, 2020.
Vegas has always been good to A-Rod.
Yeah, and A-Rod was he was shooting like 3 guys a point. It's just absolutely demolishing people at that event. PaintballFIT also with 3-point lead. See if the MLKings can wake up here, as they're going to be losing a body, trying to get into their snake.
Losing another body. Harris Hussein looking to get him back in the game by moving up the center of the field. He's gunfighting a couple bodies. Let's see what he can do. Harris with a big move up to that outside wing, uses that pin.
MLKings down to 3, Rich, and they have no one on this bottom side. Their D side.
Yeah.
Ooh, penalty going to be assessed. Who's it going to be on?
Harris Hussein.
Yeah, so they're looking, always, when you look at the body language of the referee, when they look towards one side, that's typically who it's going to be on. It does look like it's going to be on the MLKings. It pulls out Peterson. At least they had a body to pull.
Yeah. It's unlike Harris to get a penalty. Hope everything's okay over there. Must have got a sneaker in the pack.
Well.
Oh, hey, did you go buy the pink box this morning?
The pink box?
Yeah, the pink box.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The pink box. You know what a pink box is?
No.
It's the most amazing donut shop ever.
Oh, you're talking about sugar-filled treats.
The pink box.
Just a public service announcement. Rich is, he doesn't have many vices. Sugar is one of his big vices.
Yeah, and I'm doing so much better. I don't drink 7-Up at home anymore. I don't eat popsicles. I don't eat sugary cereal anymore.
Good, because I don't want you to get the diabetes.
And you know what? I'm not any happier. Not any happier at all. Shock flying on the field. Looked like their last guy. Maybe Clay Hughes getting in there for a spin.
Well, It's a lot to a little on these scores in both these games as Chicago Aftershock up by 3 over Aftermath with just, that's 6:45 left to go. That's definitely enough time to score 3 points out here. But Aftermath needs to tighten it up, need to stay alive, and need to find a way to get up this field and not get penalties.
A-Rod got caught trying to go up the middle, 4-on-4 now.
So A-Rod trying to get a little creative.
Yeah, it's exactly what he was trying to do. And, you know, when you have a few points on the other team, it gives you an opportunity to try some things that normally you wouldn't try because, hey, we can't lose this point, but he can try to be creative. If it doesn't work, no big deal. We got a margin.
Yeah, maybe try a route.
100%, right?
You're thinking, looks like they're going to be losing another body. I think that's Parrish taking the walk. So Corey's going to filter out, and now he's going to be on an island again. So down to 3.
And this kind of goes back to what we were talking about. Is Shock really playing well, or was Aftermath just struggling? Because now Aftermath is starting to pull back some of these points, and when it's close on points, Aftermath looks just as strong as Shock. Aftermath actually with an advantage here, right? 4-on-3.
Yeah, Aftermath with, I believe, their first advantage of the game.
Yeah, body advantage at least, right?
Yeah, but they need to play this one like they need 3 and not like they need 1. I'm not saying run down the field right now, but there's 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. You need 3 points. You have a high body situation, slight high body situation.
So you
got to be proactive.
What happens with both of these sides of the field, because they're mirrored, is once you get to the big wing on either side, because the corner is soft, there's nowhere really for you to go forward. So you get stuck there, and that's when you have to start pivoting through the middle.
Well, they are playing like they need 3. They are in good positions, but they need to start filtering these other 2 bodies up the field behind their first attack.
Or through the middle.
Because like you said, you can get stuck because all the pressure goes to you. I mean, paintball is a game of managing pressure. When one of your teammates is having 2 or 3 guns on them,
that's good.
Well, then you're the one that needs to make a move. And then the guns will shift to you, and then he
Aftermath player just got shot. That was a terrible death. They needed him to stay alive there. Oh, they dropped 2 on that. I think that's Clay Hughes that just snuck into the snake, got 2 key kills against Aftermath in the center of the field. Oh, but then gets shot.
Well, he did his damage, though.
For sure.
And turn it around a little bit here. And then Aftermath's going to go running to their death. Did he get a body on that attack? No, there is a body. Corey comes off.
1-on-1, and he runs right into the gun, Matt.
Yeah, must have not known the count here as...
I think he was just trying to press that advantage because he didn't see anybody in front of him, but I think that's...
Well, that was a chaotic close. So Clay Hughes goes up, gets 2 cross-field kills, big move. Then he gets shot. And then Aftermath, though, and again, look, they're down a decent amount. They don't have a ton of time left. You do have to ride that aggressive edge.
For sure.
And just hope that your opponent is going to make a mistake. They are going to grind a little bit more of this clock off. They're not conceding this 4th point quite yet. Who is this that played the hero for Shock? Is that Weber? Or is that Silos? Oh, it's Thomas Kim. Oh, Thomas Kim. Thomas Kim still got it, too.
The brains of the organization.
Yeah, so Thomas Kim, so it was A-Rod and Thomas Kim doing the lion's share of the killing for the LA Ironman in 24 years ago. And then Thomas Kim, you know, continued to be an elite attacker. And then he's about to be a pilot, so he had to kind of take a break from paintball. Shock brought him back. The only reason he's back is he's reuniting with the group that won this tournament 4 years ago. And I talked to him yesterday, and I'm like, hey, man, it's like riding a bike. How are you feeling right now? He's like, actually, I feel really good.
Oh, good.
So,
yeah, man, sometimes a guy takes a couple years off and the body gets healthy again because, you know, when you're playing every season, like your body's perpetually not in good shape. You're always at 80%. They come back, and they're better than ever. See if MLKings can get back in this match. Fit's been kicking their butt the whole morning. MLKings dropping another body on the break. Fit is just winning every single breakout, Matt. They're giving themselves now another body. They're giving themselves a 20 to 40% advantage every single time.
Yeah, there's 5 bodies out there for each team. Each body is 20% of your firepower, and this is just Fit paintball. They shoot bodies on the break. They stay alive. They get Chavez going on the attack. It's when it's working, it's kind of hard. It was impossible to beat last year in semi-pro. No one could do it.
Yeah, Fit. So PaintballFIT just shot 3 MLKing players by not leaving the pocket.
Yeah, they win gunfights.
Yeah.
These guys play, you know, if you haven't been down to PaintballFIT, Waxahachie, Texas, go check it out. It's an amazing field. And these guys play a ton of paintball. It's like Aftermath at ASG. I mean, these fields that are these fields that house home teams where those guys can just play every weekend. They can play during the week. PaintballFIT has lights.
What you're saying is the more you play, the better you get.
Yeah, you read my mind.
That's interesting.
You're picking up what I'm putting down here.
Because I notice a lot of guys don't play that often and still claim to be really good.
Well, it's one of the question is, you know, if you're dynasty or damage and the razor's edge is already very sharp, you have to be careful not to take too much of material.
You only have so many swings. At that
Yeah,
point.
especially as you get older, right? But if you're coming up the ranks and
Work
you're trying
hard.
to get to that level,
More spins.
Yeah, you
gotta
have
get that
to-
10,000
you get-
hours.
as they call it, you got to get the, you know, you got to grind, and has been happening for these squads. So yeah, Fit looks outstanding here against the MLKings so far. Be interesting to see how they look against Heat and Revo, the top two seeds in their bracket. Chicago Aftershock is in the bracket with Impact, NYX, Aftermath, and the Bears, but they're the bottom seed because brand new team taking over level spot. 5 bodies alive for both squads.
Yeah, first 5-on-5 I think we've had. Everybody's pocketed up. Aftermath has gone through the center of the field and is on Aftershock's side of the field there in the center of the field. He is proactive over the top. They're going to look to run him down on the inside, though.
Here comes Al Fernandez, who's going to make the move. Nice read here from Al.
Al says night-night.
And this is also with this lead, too. Looks like he shot up Grayson, so Grayson's been playing that middle. But this is good for Todd Martinez and Shock, because with this big lead, he can get everyone spins, too, and keep them fresh.
Yeah, get everybody a couple spins, different looks, different reads. Aftershock goes into the snake on the bottom. Aftermath goes in on the top.
Parrish crawls in nice and low, taking a little bit of heat, staying alive as he gets into the wedge here, bottom side of your screen.
It's like Nick Sloviak getting spin in there for Shock out of the back center. Aftermath getting checked, filled into the God bunker. That's the snake insert, the big Dorito that inserts into the snake. Referees get in there, say he's clean.
Yeah, got a double dose of a ref check in there for Aftermath.
Yeah, you're always nervous when you see him running like that from different positions.
Yeah.
Like, what did he see that the other guy didn't see?
Yeah, if I saw 2 refs run in on my boy, I'd be like, oh no, what's going on over
we
there?
just lost that guy.
So Parrish is now past the 50-yard line. Really like the offense we're seeing out of Parrish. Yeah, you know, trying to get a little too creative in that last one. Who cares? I mean, I kind of want him thinking
you're
those
5-on-2.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity to make mistakes when you have 5 bodies out there with only 2 bodies.
Another body coming off right now for Aftermath.
Yeah, Aftermath down to just 2 bodies left alive. This snake insert and then the VIP snake. And then now, oh, sorry, there was a player in the back center. So it's back center. Back center fills into the snake side temple, bottom side temple. Chicago goes through, trades through. Chicago Shock just gets a major. They're going to lose their first point here, thanks to...
No, I think it's going to be a no point because there's no one left alive on Aftermath. Parrish came through here, traded out with this body. Penalty comes from their snake side, from that top side of the VIP side.
Silos Cortez.
Yeah, Silos shaking his head. Looks like major might have been on Silos. But that will put a stop to that point. Looked like it was going to be an
might be
easy
starting with 4 though, because Nick was the only one left out.
That was be my next question. Was there enough bodies to pull?
I was just ahead of you. I'm sorry. I'll slow that down. We just got to work on our timing, buddy. We're going to get it. It's the first event of the year. Let's not be too harsh on each other.
Well,
that's Darren's
that's
job.
still bodes well here for Shock. Even if they, not ideal to be starting with 4, but they still got the cushy 4-0 lead.
I was going to say, with 4-0 lead, it doesn't matter, right? You're like, hey, we get to work on our penalty point. Let's go 2 outside, 2 up the gut.
Well, it's been nothing but a masterclass off the break shots and survivability here for PaintballFIT in their first game as a pro team here. And yeah, man, they're looking real good. MLKings not looking so good. They need to find a way to get 5 bodies out alive. Have not really been able to do that with any sort of consistency, and that's one of the big reasons that score is sitting at 5-0 right now. So on the breakout here, MLKings on the blue side, Fit on the red side, running referee checking out one of the players from Fit, and it looks like he's going to get pulled. A penalty going to be assessed. Minor penalty here on Fit.
Whoa, Fit finally loses a breakout.
Dueling minors, though, as Donaldson going to be getting a penalty, pulls out Rodriguez, and Donaldson not happy about that call. 3-on-3 situation.
Oh, and they pulled another one because those guys were, Donaldson was complaining about it coming off the field.
So Donaldson might be getting 2 penalties. That pulls out Harris Hussein. And that should give Fit the, well, Fit does have 1 body they need to shoot. He's in a really good spot. He's at the wedge.
I think it's 3-on-1 though, Matty.
Yeah, but they don't see him. They don't know where he is. There's no one looking at that body. No one has any idea that MLKings has a body on their side. I think they do now. They do. Okay, Colt. Colt found him.
Colt found him.
Good job, Colt. Head on a swivel always. Monster gunfighter. Colt Lukau.
Harris Hussein walking on field looks like he might have dropped a few pounds.
Colt
for this season.
Colt catches the bouncer off the stomach, and They're gonna,
Oh, wait.
Oh, there was a guy, Kyle Berry.
We got a flasher.
Yeah, so there was another body over there. And Kyle runs to his death, though. And that looks like Fit going to put the finishing touches. Oh, a couple extra bonus balls, huh?
Kyle's
Okay.
head was just down over like,
Oh,
oh
Fit,
God.
didn't know you guys rolled like that, huh?
Well,
Whoa.
I got to say, welcome to the league, Fit. Good job, man. They look really good.
Yeah, a 6-0 beating right now. PaintballFIT over the MLKings. That's a head scratcher for the MLKings. On paper, the MLKings should be beating PaintballFIT, but we already saw an upset with the Bears taking down New York Extreme.
Nobody told PaintballFIT that.
Yeah, it's yeah, man, you cannot come in the pro league. You can't sleep on anybody anymore. There are no easy games.
Especially not the first event of the season when you don't know. You just don't know what each team is going to look like.
Yeah, so just, again, a masterclass off the break shooting and gunfighting survivability for PBFIT. MLKings got some work to do. Aftermath finally able to get on the board here. So it was not a no point. Aftermath 1, Chicago Aftershock 4. So is Shock going to start with 5 or 4? Looks like they only have 4 bodies out there.
4 bodies out there. Like I said, they get to practice their penalty point.
Hey, 3 seconds. Hey,
3-point spread, not too much time
Oh
left.
man, having this backfield right behind us is terrible. That's another bad start. This layout is going to be challenging all weekend. Aftershock loses 2 for the bad buzzer. Aftermath loses only 1. Aftermath taking advantage going forward. Oh, but Aftershock gets caught cheating, so he gets a penalty. Aftermath's going to win this point.
Yeah, it looks like Parrish maybe with that penalty. Yeah, he's flipping out over there. So I think a penalty on Parrish. That's going to quickly swing the point to Aftermath. And now we got a 2-point spread with 1 minute and 21 seconds left. Always a question when we come into these big events. What do you think the fastest point that could be scored out here? I mean, we've seen 7-second points in layouts past. I don't think this is a 7-second layout point just because there's the huge center structure you kind of got to get around. Typically when there's a good lane to run through in the middle, or 2 of them, you can score quicker points. But what's the metric? Is it 20 seconds? Is it 15?
Well, you can definitely get to their side of the snake, their side of the field through that middle bunker in 5 seconds. If they decide to go outside, lost a couple bodies, got a penalty, you can probably still go through there in another 5 seconds.
I think you got to obviously, so we call it a staggered attack for a reason. You send bodies out wide to draw guns, and then you send streakers on the, staggering which way they're running up the middle. Yeah. And hope it just all works out your way.
Everything's got to work. You're not supposed to be able to win that point, right?
Yeah, so we'll be in true X ball here, 2 minutes in between points with the beating that FIT put on the MLKings. What an emerging story. We'll see if FIT can keep it up. I mean, the bracket is it's Heat, Revo, MLKings, Uprising, and FIT.
Well, the way they're playing, too, it's super low risk, right? Like, they don't have to, if they can just go to their 5 spots that are safe, always be up a body, and then always be in an advantage. And if they can keep doing that, they're just, it gives them a huge advantage going forward against everybody.
So here's a replay on the bad start. So they lose their attacker going towards their snake side. That's the strong side. Though the way that this, quote unquote Dorito side is playing, I mean, the guys are getting up there pretty easily.
You can go through either side.
Yeah.
It's just one's got a soft corner, one's got a hard corner.
So 2-point spread, 44 seconds to go before the start of the next point. After the conclusion of this match, let's see Houston Heat take the field, always a favorite. Their new coach, Ryan Smith, put down the gun, picked up the clipboard, and they're going to be taking on Uprising. Uprising got beat by Revo in their first match, but they've already warmed up. This could be a really good layout for Heat. The way that they play, I heard Fedorov was crushing people in practice, and pretty much everyone was looking pretty good. And then Impact, also second team at World Cup, lost to Dynasty in the finals, going to be taking on the Bears, and the Bears warmed up with a win. So Impact better not sleep on the Bears, because Bears look pretty decent against New York Extreme.
Yeah, they look real good. Sakaguchi. Let's see what Shock's got.
2 points in 1 minute and 21 seconds. Can they do it? Oh, not a good break here for Aftermath as Shock off the break shots just dialed again. It's going to be a 5-on-3. And then on the delay, Corey's going to dive in to
acceleration
into the snake from their D side.
It's like that knee is all healed up for Corey.
Yeah, look pretty quick. Oh, he's going to wrap around, get a nice kill on the Aztec.
He's going to get another cross kill here. Yep, he got him.
If I was Aftermath, I would be content taking this 3-point loss.
Corey's definitely feeling it. He's having a good time out there.
But you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
So because there's 50 seconds
wouldn't
left.
rush it.
Now, if I'm Shock, I might hit that buzzer and try to score another one. Force Aftermath to make the decision. Hey, are you going to run at us again? Or
And as a coach for Todd, like, hey, I want to practice my fast point, right?
Yeah.
So let's go and see if we can win a 30-second point. If we don't, no big deal.
So they're going to do just that. As Corey doing the spin for the ref, thumbs up, means the point is good. And yeah, Chicago Aftershock, as advertised, looking pretty solid here. So look at this is another false start. Man.
Yeah, it's going to be an issue all weekend.
That's just an incredibly tough break here. It's 2 of them in a row.
Yeah, literally there's 2 fields, the semi-pro field and the other field that are right behind us. So there's 3 buzzers all competing. And if they go off, you know, during the point, it's no big deal. But if they go off within a couple seconds of your buzzer, it's very confusing.
So Aftermath heading out. Let's see what they can do with this. Again, 3-point spread. This game, it's going to be a win for Shock. It's just, what is the spread going to look like? Because the spread is so crucial as we have the conversation about top 10 teams move on. Let's listen in real quick.
You two attack. Hunters, we fucking play for margin.
So said you two attack, we're playing for margin. That's smart.
I like it, yeah.
Hey, should I send corner or stay in the back?
I mean, Aftermath, they're not rookies anymore. These guys they've had a decent amount of experience playing in this league. Again, really awesome performance at Cup.
And the whole program is like maturing, right? Like Ramirez is becoming a better and better coach. The players are becoming better and better. The whole program is just getting better and better.
Looks like timeout being called. Probably by Shock. So Shock trying to, let's listen in real quick. I want to hear what these guys are saying.
Yeah, we lost. You two, we can't score 3 points. We lost. Yes, we lost. Don't fucking start attacking. Can we just send him to the guy? Absolutely. Send him to the stage. See if we can make it listen. We're all gonna sing. Hey, you guys. Send one. Hey, let's now and nail shots. Send him, and then we're gonna shoot shots. Yep. Hey, Aftermath. You know how we win this fucking point? Off the break. Yes. If we fucking get kills, let's go fucking score. Yeah, exactly.
Always parental advisory.
I love that
by
audio.
the way.
Though. I love that audio.
No, it's great.
It's a good insight into what they're thinking right before the match.
Yeah. But they didn't have a set plan. They're literally still talking about the plan right now.
A little freestyle.
But that's part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like they're talking about sending Castro the Snake. Jordan Ramirez having very intense conversation with the boys. I mean, hey, we lost. Sure, they kind of conceded that, but let's win this point and play for margin. That, yes, the intensity was there. Yeah, I love everything I just heard out of Aftermath.
Yeah, me too. You got to fight, man. You got to fight every step of the way. Whether you're winning or losing, it's a fight. You can't give up.
So on the breakout here with just 33 seconds left. Let's see if this offense works for Aftermath. They do get Castro into the Snake, and they also said, how do we win this one? Off the break. So they leave bodies in the back to shoot off the break. Doesn't produce any kills. Actually, no, they do get a kill a little bit after the break. Still a kill nonetheless. And that could open the door here, but just 15 seconds that they have to launch. Looks like they're going to play for margin in both ways. So here comes Castro. Castro is going to launch on the attack, but with just 8 seconds left to go, not going to have enough time to close.
Yeah, if they would have gone, they could have gone. They shot all 5 guys. They're just not going to have enough time to hit the buzzer.
Yeah, Al was eating up some bodies too, and then also they had, who was that, Silos over there? So they still had 2 bodies left alive. Shock, who was eating up bodies on the attack. And so it will end 5-2 here in favor of Chicago Aftershock. So Aftermath getting off to a little bit of a slow start, and it cost them. But they're going to be playing New York Extreme next, who also got off to a slow start. That's going to be an interesting story. That's going down around 10:15. But next up, it's going to be Houston Heat taking on Seattle Uprising and Edmonton Impact and the Brooklyn Bears here at the 2024 NXL Las Vegas Major. Matty Marshall with Rich Telford here on Go Sports. We'll be back.